Guys, here's your bringing another achievement guide for Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. We're gonna go for the Bird of Prey achievement, and I'm gonna share real quick here where to find all of these guys at. It'll tell you these little descriptions beneath there, and it'll say operations. So I'll show you what that means in a second here. Another side note, you can do these in free mission. So I'm gonna go into campaign. I'm gonna go into free mission. Now these have to be found on normal difficulty or higher. You cannot find aces on easy. So getting into it, mission 1, charge assault, ace 1. Now you'll see once it loads up here, and I'll give it a second on the loading screen here. Hopefully my text shouldn't block it too much. On the bottom right hand of it, when it loads up, once you've picked your plane, now you can pick whatever you want for the first few aces. They ain't too hard to get. But maybe one of the best ones, the SU-57 with the lasers. You can take things out from a pretty good distance, especially if you put the laser modifications on it to make it even a little bit better. Right now I'm just gonna kind of pick with Raptor and just stick with that for the time being. Now you'll see the bottom right-ish right there. I'll see Operation Deerhorn right under Charge Assault right there. So that's where those come in handy, in case you're wondering why it says that into the mission. A little bit different there. So also, if you notice the difference, this from Ace Combat 6 and the previous ones, you have to do a task to do them come out. So the first one is you get to destroy the third wave of enemies with the 4 a.m., 6 a.m.s, or the 8 a.m.s. That's what I'm saying here. The first mission, you cannot use the SU-57 with the lasers because you have a specific to use these kind of missiles. And you have to get them all pretty much in one go. You have to get the majority of them, otherwise Pyro will not spawn. And I'll show you where he spawns in the northwest of the map, the fourth wave of the bombers. So, getting into this here, these are going to be some tedious missions down the road that will take almost a full mission to get an ace. So keep that in mind and bear with me here. This is going to be a full in-depth play-by-play walkthrough of how to get these aces. So you're just gonna go ahead and kill everything until you get to the spot later on here. It's not too long into this mission. It's like 5 minutes into this. I got the ace, so the first few in the game aren't too bad, but they will be getting a little more tedious towards the end, to say the least. So if you want, you can try to take out these guys with your 8 a.m., 6 a.m.s, whatever you want to call them. I just call them a.m.s because it is a.m., but it's 8 a.m. I just call them a.m.s for short. So go ahead and take out these guys as fast as you can. See, it didn't quite get them. It would probably be better if I would have got came from the right side. So this is your second wave. I would guess consider it your wave of bombers. It's the big group that really counts. I think this is the one up here. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the wave. Oh, yeah, I think so. It's hard to tell because it's so far away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the one. No, maybe. No, it's not. I take that back. My bad. It's the next one. So that this would be considered your second wave. Maybe not. I'm not even sure. It's a little bit confusing because I don't know, the waves, considering that there's one enemy and there's a few and there's a few more. Yeah, that was it. That was the third wave. So as long as you take out all those guys right there, you'll see him spawn right there. You see that single little guy out there all by himself. That is your ace. I thought that was considering the time frame of the mission, but it didn't seem like it was a big enough squadron, but it was. So the third actual area of the enemies is the wave. You need to take them all out in one go if you can. That's why I choose the Raptor, because it's got the 8 missile lock on to guarantee they all get wiped out in one go. So you saw where he spawned, northwest of the map. So just go ahead and take him out, and that'll be your first ace down. And you're going to be heading on to the second ace in mission 2. And notice that little cloud over there for some reason looks like it's like a muscle guy flexing. That's weird. Wow, that's pretty funny. Alright, on to Operation Eastern Wind, which is missing 2 charged enemy. So, the requirements for the guy on mission 2 is to destroy, after destroying all radar vehicles, you destroy the target marked control tower before UAV spawn. And he'll spawn right near where you're at, which is called a taxiway, where you take off from the runway. So he will spawn near you at the base after the UAV spawn. So, we're jumping into the mission here. I must say though, and a side note, while we're waiting for me to pick everything and load up, I'm pretty impressed with the loading screens of this game. The game looks good. It plays well. It's smooth. The loading transitions aren't godly fucking awful while playing this game. Some of these newer games nowadays, they just, when you go into a loading screen, it just seems like the game size is too big, too much to handle, too much open world, free roam, yada yada yada, whatever have you. And it makes the loading screens just tedious. I don't think this game is too bad, considering, yeah, there may not be a whole lot of extras thrown in there to make it load slower, but I'm just happy with that loading faster than you think it might nowadays, because some of these games just don't tend to do that very quickly. Apparently I tended to piss off quite a bit in this video. I am sorry. I guess I'm trying to figure out what all I need to make things work a little better for my missiles and whatnot loadout. I did not intend to throw in too much extra stuff here. I intended it just to be normally for me hunting on aces for you guys, but I definitely wanted to make my loadout just a little bit better. So another pretty straightforward, easy mission. Ain't too complicated to do this one either. You could do this one with the SU-57 with the lasers if you wanted. You could even put on the bombing one for this. So I'm just gonna go breeze through here. Not worried about side targets. I'm going to take out all main targets along the way to make this as fast as possible for you guys. So make sure you take out all main targets along the way to progress it. In doing so, I missed that one for some reason. It must not have been a straight enough shot. I'll go back and hit it real quick. I don't think you can actually get this to come out unless you take out all these main targets first. That's definitely priority number 1. Take out all your targets along the way to the airstrip. Take out all main targets, and I'll show you. It's pretty right in your face, that control tower. So as soon as you take out this last main target right here, fly straight, switch to your wire triangle button, and you'll see radio tower right there, right in the middle of the base, smack dab in it all. So take that out. Go ahead and just start destroying everything else along the path. And it's going to take a little bit for him to spawn, but he will spawn right near this area once the drone spawns. So keep that in mind. You have to progress past all this and take out all these main objectives as well to get those drones to spawn. So go ahead and keep destroying everything. If you want to make it a little bit quicker, just take out the main targets, which I'm going to be doing here in a second. Trying to get these to get out, out of the way before they take off, but take a few hits, so just make sure you take out all main targets. You'll be having some others join in a second here. You can see after the map. So I'm just gonna continue to keep on taking everything out, and you should see him here once they mention UAVs and you finish taking out the rest of the targets. Which I've only got a couple more left here. I try to bring up the map as fast as I can for every single one's aces so you can see. Okay, so I didn't quite get all the targets, but after that, that's where the UV spawn, and you'll see him just fly straight down and to your right, and he is right there near you as you spawn into it. All you gotta do is fly down to the right, take him out, and that is as good as yours. Alright, moving on to ace number 3, Operation Dual Wielder. Alright, requirements for ace number 3 would be to shoot down all enemies in the first part of the mission in a very short amount of time, and he'll spawn in the northwest corner. Another pretty doable mission. Tend to use the F-22 to beginning of these aces for the most part, and I switch it up a couple times here and there. There is going to be other missions that you're going to need other planes specifically for certain tasks like you did for the first mission, so keep that in mind. This one sounds kind of like a pain in the ass, but it ain't quite as much of a pain in the ass as some of the later ones for time wise, for speed. So I'm not quite exactly sure the time requirements for this one to shoot them down and set them on time quickly. I didn't have too many issues with this. So just as long as you don't take forever, like I said, come out here, use your qualms as fast as you can. Just get a lock, fire one missile of the qualm. That's all it's going to take to kill one. And if you think you got that straight shot, just go ahead and turn around and lock on another one, fire, and then continue on to the next one. Because sometimes they will miss, they do something right at turn last minute, so I tend to watch it here and there. But as long as you know it's a straight shot and they ain't going to avoid it, I would just move on to the next target. I wouldn't waste too much time on it, considering that this is a timed one. There isn't no real pattern here. Just try to go with whatever you think is the most surefire shot, I would say, that is going to land your marks, so that way you're not wasting time missing and waiting for your missiles to reload as well. So my time is at 18:39 right now for when it paused. And this is when we get shoved out of our own area. So if you did that fast enough and you pop your map up after that cutscene, you should see another target all by himself on the way back. That will be your ace. Pretty surefire clue that you see a target all off on its own is that's going to be your ace. If you've played these games in the past and you know how to do these, and I mean, since there wasn't no task requirement, but you'll know that they usually spawn by themselves away from most things. So that will be your guy. Just make sure you go over there and take him out before you finish the mission. Oh, also on a side note, that you do need to finish all missions with the ace killed to get the actual skin to keep it. Otherwise, it won't count. And also, that being said, if you fail it, well, during checkpoint, let's say, like, if you failed to kill him right now, or if you killed him and you die and start the checkpoint, you will have to do the entire mission all over again, because it will not keep. The only way you can actually get one to stick is if you did it in the first checkpoint, you killed him, and you make it to a checkpoint, and you finish the mission like that, and you might be able to restart that checkpoint, and it will still count. We're moving on to ace number 4 in Operation Lighthouse Keeper. But like I said, you only way to make it a surefire thing is if you kill the ace in the previous checkpoint. That is it. You will be safe to restart checkpoints if you completed it in the first part of the mission. Alright, moving on to number 4 is this one. You have to fly under 200 meters, which is 600 feet, in this mission where you are under these radio sites radar, and you have to do that until they say you have the radio silence lifted. An entire thing. You cannot, once you get to that area of the tower, you cannot come back up until they say that it has been lifted. So I'm going to start using the SU-57 now. You will tend to spawn in the northeast area, and you will end up flying west after that cutscene. So, not too bad though, honestly. It took me a couple tries, only because the one time I ended up flying up just a smidge too high here and there while trying to do it too fast. And one time when I ended up not looking at what my altitude was, and I was kind of like listening to what they're saying, ended up coasting too high at the very last part where I was at the last bit, but they didn't say that it was lifted. So when you have these split paths, I'll just show you the way to go. Because the main path is pretty straightforward, and you have other options later on the end of the mission to make it a little bit quicker. If you don't feel comfortable flying super fast, I would recommend going at a slower speed to whatever you're comfortable with. But make sure at all times you are keeping your eye on your altitude and your radar as best as you can. And obviously your flight path. So, if you're not really used to looking at all that crap at once, you might hit a building along the way, considering you're flying so low and by these buildings. And I'm constantly looking at my radar for the most part, so I don't even come into those, because otherwise that would just be awful for you to get caught, especially towards the end of this. So make sure you pay close attention to where you are flying and how high you are the entire time. Now, they mention here you can take a path. Now, if you think you got this down good enough, I would recommend taking the right path. It's very, very narrow, so constantly looking at your radar and just try to line up your guy as straight as you can along that, and you should just coast right in between there with no problem. And we did it right. I think this is one of the missions where the enemy says that they haven't seen anything at all. Otherwise, if you kind of get into one of them, they say, "Oh, I think there's an enemy, but I don't know." Some kind of weird confusion about it. So you know that you hit this slightly. And the one of them right here, immediately after that one, I kind of screwed it up. Didn't get it as clean as the other one, but still worked out. So as long as you take that left right there, you are in the clear. Now, at this part is what I was talking about. Do not think you are safe. You need to stay down. Stay down. I'm not kidding. Do not fly above 200 yet. Because as soon as they say that the radio silence has been lifted, right there, you are in the clear. Not waiting for them to finish the entire sentence, just to be extra safe. So go ahead, take out all these targets. Your guy won't spawn until after this cutscene. So go ahead, continue on over here. Just take out anything along the way, all the targets, any way you'd like. Missiles, lasers, machine guns, doesn't matter. It'll take you a little bit here. All you gotta really do is just circle around a little bit. Now if you're good with the lasers and missiles, as long as you can kind of get a distance. I mean, some of these targets are kind of off kiltered, so getting some missiles on them just doesn't quite work out the best. The lasers will sometimes hit the targets even though you don't get a full lock. The splash damage will end up doing a pretty good job of it for you. So make sure you, if you'd like, put the lasers on and use this plane. The SU-57 is pretty good. You get plenty of shots, take out targets. So so once you take out all that, you will get another objective here, and you can see more targets up ahead. So if you want to continue to fly north, even though I'm pretty sure there's a cutscene that's going to reset you back. Yep, you see that guy way up there at the top of the map all by himself? There is your ace. Let's go ahead, just fly past everything, fly straight, because he's gonna eventually just run into you anyway. I'm pretty sure he is one of the ones that might, if you don't get him fast enough, you'll probably leave the map. A lot of them tend to do that after so long, if they're out there for a while, they tend to fly around and then leave. So I wouldn't waste any time on getting these. So as soon as they appear for all aces, I highly recommend you take them down as fast as possible. Should be a given, right? So if you use the lasers, you can take them down from like 7,000, 8,000 kilometers away. It's not bad. So it's kind of doing a little bit of weaving around, giving some trouble here, but there he goes. Alright, we will be moving on to ace number 5, which is also on mission number 5. Alright, mission 444.
It's time to get busy, convicts.
Which is Operation High Count. I can't even read that clearly. High card? I think it's high card. A little bit pixelated here. Alright, requirements for ace number 5. What you need to do is just fly around and take damage. That is it. All you gotta do is fly, let them damage you up until at least 51%. So once you get 51% or a little bit above, make sure you just start avoiding damage after that. So once you take your damage, but this is the key thing, that when you take this damage, it needs to be at the very beginning of the mission, when your weapons are disabled. So as long as you take 51% damage while they're disabled, you will spawn in the middle of the map after you shoot down the first 3 bombers. So it takes a little bit time in the mission, not a whole lot. So like I said here, just fly towards enemy right at the beginning of the mission. Just fly towards them, let them shoot you a couple times, and then just dance around until you're able to actually take things out, and then take out those 3 bombers, and then he'll end up appearing. And I'll show you where that's going to be at once I get that far in the mission. I'm just going to fly around until I get to go ahead and take things out. Once they realize, hey, maybe we should not let these guys bomb the piss out of us for a continuous amount of time this time. Not much to really talk about here. Like I said, I'm just gonna be flying around until I get to go ahead. Maybe they aren't. Maybe you're all just gonna die anyway, right? Gotta love these ground graphics. They look pretty good. Attention to detail in this game is pretty good. God, I hope it'd be after all them years working on it.
Commander McKinsey? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy.
So go ahead, ignore the fighters. Let's go ahead and just mop up these bombers. Lasers will do the trick pretty nicely. They're really slow moving targets, so you can laser them down from good range and be able to hit them. They're like hitting the broadside of a barn, honestly. You just can't miss these things very well. So after you take them out, check your map and see that very middle guy. That will be your ace. So keep that in mind. If you want to get the drop on where he's at as fast as possible, just do your objective. Check that map as soon as you can, and bring it up full screen, as you can see exactly the whole entire thing, and you can know where he's at pretty easily. And there he is, right above us. He might be another one of them runners too, it looks like. Yeah, I think he's actually gonna run. So make sure you take him out and get to him as fast as possible. And that'll do it for ace number 5. Moving on to ace number 6 on Operation One Pair on Long Day. Alright, requirements to get Kitten. Pretty easy one, actually. All you gotta do is fly through the tunnel in the westernmost base, and then she'll spawn in the southwest corner. Now you'd be like, well, what's that even? What is that? What? Okay, that makes no sense, so just bear with me. I go through each one of these at the beginning, in the little areas, to show you where they're at, information on them, a little bit of extra information. Don't know if you guys really care or not. Don't know if you guys really need it, or if it's too much. I figured I'd throw in a little bit extra work on this guide. Hopefully it's appreciated. Decided to actually go through and label all the missions for people who want to know what mission I'm on if they're skimming through the video and they don't know exactly where I'm at or what ace it is. So I thought I'd label all that stuff for you guys. So alright, so you see that top left base where there's a decent amount of targets but they're kind of scattered around. That's where you're gonna go, and you are going to have a tunnel right up there. So takes a little bit to get there. Doesn't matter what plane you use. Since it's a bombing mission, I decided to give this plane and these bombs a whirl to see how they worked. I would say it's pretty decent on missions that have a lot of clustered enemies, but for the most part, this mission doesn't really have a lot of clustered enemies. So maybe 8 air missile to ground lock on would be pretty decent. So just if you want to head straight to this area and get your ace, this would be the way to go. Once you get to this area, if you keep flying the same direction I am and coming out the same way I am, you will be able to see the tunnel right in the mountainside, and it is facing us, so you don't have to worry about getting no real weird angle readjustments from this way you came. So you'll see that little tunnel down there, right down in there. You'll see a little tunnel, and that's all you gotta do is just fly inside of here. Come up the other side, bring your map up, and you'll be able to see her. So go ahead, turn around, head back to where you came from, basically, and you'll see her coming into the map from the southwest. Not too bad, pretty quick, easy one. Don't take any real time to get this one. Just fly in there out of the tunnel and turn around and go take her out.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys. Let's be honest here. The regulars like us aren't allowed to resupply. But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. Am I off? You're gonna wish this mission never ended. Looks like Mad Dog's finally come around.
So go ahead, take her out, and you have 6 aces down. Not bad. Moving on to ace number 7 on Operation Two-Pair on First Contact. So to get this one, you need to destroy all non-target enemies in the first part of the mission. Another pretty easy one. Takes a little bit of time to get to it, so I would recommend using the SU-57 for the most of them from here on out with the lasers. That way you can do some serious damage and take a lot of targets pretty quickly and make these a lot faster. Also, I thought I'd mention, in case you don't already see it up, I will be doing this into a 2-part video guide, considering that I've done pretty good length of detail into these videos, from showing you in the menu where they're at, the little description of what you gotta do to get to them, and sorting to the loading to the mission from start to ace kill takes a little bit of time. So I figured a 2-hour video should be about cut in half. This is a really long one. I'm putting a lot of time into this. I hope you guys appreciate this, who was watching this. Took me a while to get all this to work. Took me numerous tries to actually attempt to do this, to get them to come out, and then to do it again to record it for you guys. So this mission is not so bad. There is one coming up. I don't know if it's quite in this video or the next one, but I'll mention it when I get to it. It is gonna be a bitch. This one's not so bad. You just really gotta pay attention to how slow you go in these areas, because if you do, you'll end up stalling right into a rock. So, not so bad, considering you don't have any crazy restrictions on this level. So, you could take out most of the targets, but I would say a few of the main targets for, you know, obviously the end part of the mission. Because I take out most of them along the way. But make sure you take out all the non-targets, which is obviously all the white dots. So make sure you take out everything along the way as quickly as you can. Take out any main targets like these ones that are kind of out on their own. There's no real reason to keep them alive. Just to help you progress the mission. Maybe hopefully you'll get an S rank along the way, which is always nice. Wasn't really going too gung-ho on these missions while I was doing them to get S rankings, but it's always nice to get everything in an ace and hopefully do it in a fashionable manner to S rank it, so you don't have to do it again on that difficulty. Now these helicopters down here can be a little bit tricky, so make sure you just go slow and circle around and take your time with it. This part, if you want to get this ace on your first go, yeah, it can be kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, because the helicopters are circling around the rocks. You get in some of these areas where they're really tight, like that one down there, and then you'll get some wind that might blow you inside of the rock, and yeah, it's all fun, right? So make sure you just take it easy, go slow. No real time to rush that right there unless you're trying to hurry up and get that S ranking. That AA gun just does not want to die. There it goes. Almost there. Only I got select a few targets left to take out. So I'm going to try to get that one. Make sure that there's that one target in there. The AA gun. It's behind the rock that all of a sudden appeared. Know what it's like? Get that one AA gun in there all by itself. Pull out of there and take out the helicopters behind it. Same as before. Just take it easy around these rocks because you don't want to end up colliding with them. Just kind of follow this path around here. Not too bad. That one missile ended up missing though. And I'm taking some real tight, sharp turns with these winds. Just so I can get that damn helicopter. Alright. As soon as you take that out, check your map. Look, there he is. Not too shabby at all. So take him out. Pop your map up. Head north. And just come at him with the lasers, and you should just drop like a fly. What makes these aces so easy in this game is these lasers. And done. Alright, we'll be moving on to mission in ace number 8. We got Operation 3 of a Kind. Pipeline Destruction. Alright, requirements for ace number 8. Destroy all facilities before time runs out. So, all facilities means like all the oil areas and all that good shit. Now, you can do this 2 ways. You can use some crazy airplane that's got the 8 missile to ground lock on, which is pretty efficient as long as you can target up to 8 full targets. And the way you can do that is you get close enough, and it looks like they're not locked on to 8 separate ones. They will separate them all out if you press the Y button or triangle if you're on a PlayStation. So if you do that, it should re-lock on to different targets. Hopefully get to 8. I know it's hard to fucking count them all out, but hopefully you get to 8. So you can do it that way, or you can be a little bit more accurate. Hopefully get all missiles lock on by using the F-22 with the 4, because they're a little bit more accurate. Or you could just laser the shit out of everything, which is what I did. Also works pretty well. Now, this part of the mission is what I wish I had on Ace Combat. I can't remember if it was on 6. I think it might have been 4, where you had the A-10 and that napalm bomb. Just go by the napalm and just drop it right in the middle of all that, and watch half that is go. Or like Assault Horizon. Just use that B-2 bomber and just bomb all of it. That would be real nice, but I wouldn't it? Oh yeah. They should do something like that. That'd be pretty dope. Go in with the bomber first, bomb the shit out of everything, swap over to a fighter jet. That'd be some cool stuff, like some mid-mission swapping stuff. I didn't mind that bomber stuff. That was pretty cool. All you want to do is exactly what I'm doing. Just try to stick to a certain kind of pattern, so it's accurate, reliable, fast, and efficient. I stuck to the right hand side. Just strafed everything along the path on down to everything along the way in the back. Just took it all out. Took all of it out just to be safe. And there might be a couple things here and there that I got extra, but I took it all out to be safe. Now on your way back, just start lasering everything, because you are not going to miss. Just start just strafing all the way across, because you're going to hit no matter where you aim. To take out as much stuff as you can. Now the main things you're going to want to be going for are all the buildings, basically. Any facility or oil building. Don't worry so much about the AA guns or the SAMs. Take them out if you can, but every building must go. Otherwise, this ace won't pop up. So if you do your best, like I just did there, I just took up half of everything by just doing that alone. When you get close, I recommend if you get a fast lock on missiles, fire them and switch back to lasers. That way you can do multi-locking and take them out as much as you can, as efficiently as possible. So most of these bigger areas are like surrounded by these big ass oil rigs, so once you hit one of them, they'll blow up nearby targets as well, so that's pretty handy. Also, if you get close enough, make sure you hold that machine gun. It'll help you stray some stuff, so make sure you do that as well. For some extra damage, make it a little bit quicker on you. Now, if you end up failing this, you are good to restart. If you forgot what I said earlier about being able to obtain aces and checkpoints, you can get an ace in the first part of the mission, kill it, get a checkpoint, and if you fail from then on out or have to restart, you're fine. It's in that second part. If you have an ace, you are not able to restart the mission, because you will not be there and it will not count. I have tried it and it is a pain in the ass, and for one of these missions later on you will see, and it might take you a couple tries or a couple dozen, because it can be a real pain in the ass. So make sure you just keep taking all the facilities. The main things are your facilities, but I'm going for broke here. I'm going to take out everything. So like I said, your AA guns, not to worry. And I still got a minute and 20 left, and I got everything. I don't think there's anything left but AA guns, airplanes, and some miscellaneous things that don't even matter. But I'm gonna go over broke, like I said, and take everything out while trying to S-rank this mission. Now I'm gonna get these tankers, because that's also part of the medal. Take out ships, and they are a decent amount of points. I would say that Ace Combat's got probably one of the better stories that I've seen. I don't know what you guys think. You guys can let me know in the comments below if you guys decide to even do that. It'd be nice to have some discussion with people about these kind of games that I think are pretty good. So hopefully you guys should have plenty of time to do that. Take out any remaining aircraft as well to get you some more points, because those are also worth a good amount of points, like those ships, about 500 a pop. So as long as you've taken everything out by the time ends, you should be good. But this mission is not over yet. This is one of the longer ones, like I mentioned earlier. You have some decently long missions to get the ace to come out. So make sure you don't mess this up, because this is where you're getting a cutscene and a checkpoint. So your ace is not yet here, like you might be expecting. Oh, I did my requirement. Where's the ace? Give it some time. It takes a little bit for this one. He will end up spawning, I think it's like north of the map. So I think it's with some UAVs. I think that's your call sign right there, is the UAVs is what he'll spawn with. That's why he won't come in, because he comes in with some more enemies. Typically, the enemies that spawn later on after you finish the objective, because these ones are sometimes the worst. If you end up missing him, or end up failing in these two-part missions where you have to do your first part of the objective to get him to come out, and he comes out in the second part, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. Now, on a side note, I had to rethink this for a second. That's possible. If you do your first objective and you've known you hit that first objective and you are 100% sure you're good, and you get a checkpoint and you end up failing it for some reason, you can, I'm pretty sure you can start the checkpoint over. I don't know. Some of these are touch and go, because I know for one of them it didn't work. I'm kind of contradicting myself now. I feel like I did one mission like that where I restarted the checkpoint and it was still counting. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't really remember. But I feel like you can't, because some of them won't appear. I think. Okay, so this part of the mission where we get the UAVs come up here soon. You see UAV. We're talking about UAVs. Pop your map up. Head north. And there he is to your right. I didn't bring my map up, but yep, there he is. You'll see him coming off the map on the right hand all by himself. Kind of in the middle of all the UAVs. So go ahead and take him out. So I think this is how it works. I'm kind of hitting this as I go. And I'll get into it in just a second here, because we're beginning on the ace number 9 on mission number 9. Alright, back to that one kind of fast. I apologize. You didn't get to see that one. Mission 9, Faceless Soldier. I'll get back into other stuff in a second here. So for this ace, you need to take out at least half the non-targets before destroying all radar towers. So this one's always fun to do here. So I'm picking the Raptor with the multi-lock at the ground, which is pretty good. And with the operation is Operation Flush. So this is the one the mission told you about. That's a big pain in the ass. Like the one we had to be low and destroying all the targets before taking the targets. It's the same thing, but this one's worse because you need to stay down low and have fun with this one. But back to what I was saying earlier, I'm pretty sure that the aces that appear at the checkpoint are the ones that street you up. The ones that have an appearance at later on in missions, I think you're good to go. You can try it and see if it works. As long as you get your ace, it's all good. I would say that it might work as long as you do your objective with the first half. And as long as he doesn't appear immediately after your checkpoint. At some point later on the mission, I think you're safe. I think it's how to work. I'm not too certain on it, but I'm thinking that's how it worked because some of them worked for me, and some of them didn't. I think the ones that appeared right away didn't work, and the ones that appear later will be just fine. Well, this mission, you can do it in any particular order, but you will need to be taking out all your white targets again first-handed before you take out the towers. So you're going to be doing a lot of these runs, try to get a clear shot on something, flat, fast, take a pop shot at it, and duck between the clouds, because you will get shot down. Especially even on normal, it don't take a whole lot. It only takes about I think maybe two of the missiles, and you're already done. So this might take a couple tries to get it efficiently. That's why I tried to use the missiles on the targets that are kind of spread out more and are singular, and I use the air-to-ground missiles when there's a decent cluster to kind of lock onto them fast and get out of the way. Now, towards the end of this, when I got them all to appear, it doesn't look like I got him, but you really need to see for clarity. I did pause it myself and make sure I got it. I know I got it because I didn't even come back and check it until I was doing the video editing. I knew I got after the mission. I checked it, but it doesn't really look like I got him because I looked around for a bit. Because he's like in the middle of the map when he spawns. Kind of gets intermingled with the helicopters. He's the only jet out there, so you're going to try to get a lock on him as fast as you can and get the hell out of the way, and hopefully your missiles hit. That is the best way I can do it, because yeah, if you're up for too long, you're gonna die and you're gonna start it all over from the beginning. This is probably one of the most pain in the ass missions out there, but not as nearly as bad as some of the others. It could also be dependent, on your skill. Whatever you feel like you're more comfortable in the game also can, affect that as well, depending upon what your skill is in the game, what you like, what you don't like. This may be even an easier mission for you than some others. So, see him. He'll be coming up pretty quickly. You'll be able to see him pretty soon. I've gotten most targets. You'll see towards the end of this clip here, before I move on to the next ace, that I will be flying around slowly, kind of looking at these targets that I know are the air ones because of the triangles on them. Obviously, I'm about halfway there. I'm trying to get the map. I realize I just missed that target. I'm looking at the radar to see what the hell just popped up. My bad. But yeah, once you can. It's hard to do unless you got the map full to see it spawn. But sometimes you can see an extra blip if you're close enough. See, right now I don't think I got enough targets because I don't see in the middle of the map right there at that point. So, feel like you're getting close, check your map once in a while. You'll be able to tell when he spawns. He'll be the one of the only few triangles out there with the helicopters, so he'll be pretty easy to spot. I just saw a triangle out there, but I'm pretty sure it's a helicopter. I don't end up going for it until later on. I start to look at the map and kind of figure out that he's got to be out there. As I tried to destroy all of them before I got there, and I kind of forgot and realized, well, you only need half of them. So I was just trying to go as fast as I can and take out whatever I could along the way. Should be coming up pretty soon. Like I said, this is probably one of the most pain in the ass ones to get, considering that you have to take him out. I mean, I think you could probably take out these radar tower targets, and be safe to be in the air after the fact. If you want to chance it, I'll try. I probably wouldn't, just so you don't disappear or anything crazy happen. You never know about this in these games when your opportunity of your window is gone. See a few more targets here. Once I get to this last area over here, should be set to go here pretty soon. Just as long as you play it safe,
Trigger eliminated target.
you should have no problem doing this. Take a shot, and as soon as you do, just go hide in the clouds, and you should be good. As long as you don't go too fast into the clouds and hit the ground, which would definitely suck. Cause this mission it took me a little bit because I went pretty slow and careful with it to try to make sure I got this done right.
Into the clouds. Missile.
So I'm thinking he's coming in here pretty soon. I will know when I see the part in the video where I'm circling around. So I'm gonna go over here and take out these helicopters and get them out of here, knowing that they're also non-targets and at that rate, so, you know, to clear out these triangles that we know your ace is definitely not over here. Although I love this helicopter who managed to just do this complete loop around me.
Here comes the anti-air missile.
Getting right in the clouds, and all of a sudden this helicopter flew all the other side of the mountain.
Surface to air missiles.
Little bastard. Pretty sure I'm gonna get hit by a missile because of this thing. I think you can pop up a flare and it'll also detour the missiles that hit you. Yeah, I got hit because of that bastard. I think he's up there right now, actually, in the middle. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's him. So I cycle through it. Nope, that's a helicopter right there. He's got to be coming out here pretty soon. Maybe he was the other one. I didn't really get to see clearly. I think it is because this is the spot where I change over. That's a helicopter too. That's the one that fucked me up.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
I just can't get that bastard.
In the clouds. Spare 15.
They don't give you enough time. Alright, it's coming up here really soon. I'm towards the end of this video. Maybe that is him right in the middle or back there circling around. I don't have any more targets left.
Spare 15 locked.
Like I said, I kind of spaced it off and forgot that I only need to destroy half of them and just go in town on everything I could. Yeah, that just might be him in the middle.
Trigger eliminated a target. Missile. Evade.
That little bit of clouds deterred the missile. That's pretty funny. So he probably was there the entire time, and I didn't even realize it because he was the one that was in the middle and circling around, and I wasn't locking onto him to see the name. Considering that I wiped out everything almost at this point, I'm pretty sure that might have been him. If not, there's a couple more that spawned, so he might have spawned now. I guess I just keep paying attention to all the triangle targets. Cycle through them if you can. Try to get a lock onto them. I'm trying to cycle through them all right now to see what's out there. And I'm actually just gonna go out there, balls to the wall, and I realized there he is. So I took that fire shot right there, and that's what got him. Realized that was him up in the middle there. So good luck with this one. Hopefully you don't have to do this numerous times because this one is a pain in the ass. Make sure you just pay attention to the middle of the map as much as you can, and you should get it. Alright, moving on to ace number 10. Operation Full House on transfer orders. So, to get the objective on this one, you need to destroy all of the SAMs in a short amount of time. And he ends up spawning later on with the 3 Mirages. They spawn in the east of the map. So this one can be a bit of a tricky one too. You kind of need to have a an idea of where these are because you could go find these as fast as you can get out there to them. So it might take a couple tries to get this memorization down. If you follow the pattern that I do here, you shouldn't have too much of an issue to getting on your first try. So like I said, as long as you follow the pattern, I kind of go on the left side of the map, up north, and all the way to the right and back, and kind of on the way back, kind of circle around to the middle a bit, and that should basically cover most of the SAM sites, if not all of them. In case you miss one, you gotta get pretty close to get them. If you have any doubts, if you miss some, when you are in the air next to the plane, you will see the smoke trails from where the SAMs are firing at. So all you gotta do is follow the smoke trail to the SAM site, and you'll be able to take it up that way as well. So your first one's right up here in front of you, right at the beginning. So like I said, end up going all the way to the left side here, kind of in like a diagonal pattern. You use whatever aircraft you want here, but I'm just gonna keep using the same one. Lasers, it's always better. Take out things from long range. So you take out things a little bit quicker, I would say. I don't think there's anything quite this far over to the left. It's on the right side of where I'm facing. So it would be on the west side of the map. But I was flying down here just to make sure. Now there's nothing behind the friendly base, so you don't have to worry about going all the way to the back. You don't even know to go this far. Just go ahead and loop around in the front. It's because there's some right up here, right out front of this little mountain in front of your teammate's base. A good little sight right here. So like I said, just follow this pattern I'm doing. You won't have any problems finding them at all. That way you're not endlessly just going around in circles, not finding anything. You get another one in the front, right over here, in front of the allied base. And another one over here to the left of that, also right in front of your allied base. Now you can start heading more towards the north of the map, and also heading at the west at the same time. Because there isn't anything back behind there, but there is another one at the tip of the corner over here of your allied base. I think you'd be good to go. I don't think it's anything all over the west side of the map. It's mostly all the way up to the north side of the map now. And you got a couple in the middle on the way back. I won't really worry about too much of the damage of the plane in this mission. You don't tend to die too quickly as long as you get all these pretty fast. The only ones that are going to be hitting it's probably the ones in the middle more that we kind of missed. But we'll be grabbing those on the way back. Make sure you take out these planes too on the way back. You'd want these to get to the transport, so take it out pretty quickly. There is a site over here, SAM site over here somewhere. I think it's to my right more, on the east side of me. I'm just not turning sharp enough to go that way. And I've got the planes, so like I said, if you get in a decent radius, it'll pop up. And there it shows up right there. But I would like to take these out before they get there, considering that they're already almost there. And there's another SAM site that just popped up right beneath me. So I'm going to go ahead and turn and get this SAM site. And go back for the other one.
Enemy destroyed. Continue with escort. Flying as an escort makes me feel like I'm all tied down. 40 kilometers remain. Escorts that go down do so.
I'm pretty sure that is it, except for maybe one more up the middle. Yep, there it is.
So watch your tail.
One more up, more north of your allied base. It's kind of tucked away there. Pretty sure that's the last one. I don't think there's any more tucked away in the middle here because we kind of went through here. I'm surprised the other one didn't show up earlier. But I go through just to be safe, double check. Also, go up near the plane and scout around near it to look out on the horizon towards your allied base to see. Oh, there is one more right underneath of it. So right in the middle is the last one. That should be your last one. Like I said, if you're gonna be safe. Go up here by your plane and look around, and you should see smoke trails from the missiles coming at it, and there shouldn't be any at this point. So go ahead and take care of these planes. Now your plane will not be with the Griffins. It will be with the Mirages, so keep that in mind. It should be the next wave coming in on the north end of the map. So you get a little bit of time here just to kill. Hopefully you took them all up fast enough before those Griffins came in. I'm just gonna go fly by the dropship here just to make sure that there's no more smoke trails. And then I'm gonna head towards the spawn point of where the ace is at. Looks like it's all clear. So go ahead and end up going towards the ace. That was the north of the map. Maybe it's on the east side of the map. My bad. Takes a little bit for him to spawn, so I'm already here waiting for him. Just getting a little spawn kill. Don't end up coming out until your little transport ship is almost to the base, and you'll see him in the middle of all the rest of these Mirages here. He'll be the one pulling away from him, going a different direction. And the only one that's not a Mirage. Kind of evasive little bastard, so you have to pursue him a little bit if you're already waiting for him. That should be it for that one. We'll be moving on to ace number 11 and 12, which are also in the same mission. Operation Siren Song. Mission 11, Fleet Destruction. We'll have 2 on this mission. Alright, for the first one, it's kind of a vague thing here. You need to fly through the gap where these platform cores are located, and the northern platforms, and he will spawn near the eastern fleet, and you'll go northward apparently. So these platform cores, once you see the name and you'll see what I'm attacking, you will understand what I am doing. So once your mission starts, you can go ahead and just fly straight north, and you will see this little base over on the west hand side to your left. That is where you're going to want to go. So go ahead and take a left right there. Let's go ahead and fly right in here. So all you gotta do is fly underneath these platforms. Like there's a little bridge structure here. You just gotta go fly underneath of it, and you should spawn. Now, I didn't end up seeing them for quite some time. I ended up just destroying all of this here and taking it out. I even looked at the map a couple times. I didn't see them spawn. At least not a distinguishable ace who's by himself. He might have been out there somewhere, but there is a lot of crap on this map. So I'm just going to go ahead and just kill everything here. As you can see, if you look at the middle of these platforms, there are platform cores. Don't think you can take them out until you take out the bridge structures around them. I'm not seeing any targets to take them out yet. So I'm not sure if you need to destroy them all to trigger, or if he's out there spawned on the map, because he ends up coming towards me. That's what made it obvious for me to tell that he's on there. I mean, that could be him over here to my right on the map. I didn't even end up looking. I mean, there's a lot of helicopters out here too, so I don't know. If you look at the middle now, it's not targeted because I'm just popping the lasers. But if you look at the center right there, it's called a platform core. So that will verify that this is where you gotta fly under here. Should be able to spawn as soon as you do that. So as soon as you do that, he should be out there somewhere. If you just start looking through the targets, he's probably near it now. I'm not paying any mind while I'm taking out all the targets. So let me know if that works right away for you and you can get this faster. And I just didn't pay attention. Be kind of nice to know. See, like I said, he could be in the midst of all my stuff behind me, and I'm not even paying attention because I'm looking out there. I don't see no ace. So I'm just gonna go ahead and kill everything. Clear out some targets. Really wish I was looking at what was shooting right now. Shouldn't take too much longer here for me to get to him. I almost got everything cleared out. Like I said, there's no real noticeable. Well, there's two targets coming in from behind me right now. I just noticed that on the map. Could have been him coming in at me. I'm not even quite sure, honestly. Or you, I would just fly on these cores and start searching every single triangular target you see out there to make sure that he doesn't spawn immediately. It's probably one of the trickier maps to even tell because there's so much cluster around you. And if he spawns near you, then you're not going to be able to tell until you clear out some things. So I'm just going to end up circling around, start searching through these targets. I took out the entire core's platform, so... I think he's over to the left, flying over the mountains. I mean, I guess I did miss one here. Pretty sure he's over to the left, though, flying right now. Let's end up spinning over to the left and looking at something coming over at me. The helicopter's all flying low. I guarantee he's one of the ones that are flying above my head right now. Just don't even know. Actually, I think he is out there right now. Way out there. Yep, that's him. So I don't think he did spawn at all until now. Scratch all what I said. It didn't seem like he spawned until a little bit ago, because he spawns by that fleet over there on the eastern side of the map. So if you can, keep that map open at all times while you're flying around there and destroying your thing. And whenever you see an airplane taking off to the north, all by himself, you definitely know that that is your guy. See, I'm not sure what triggered this one. Seems to be a little bit odd considering that I was in that area for so long destroying everything and I didn't see nothing come up the map, so hopefully you had better luck with this one than I did and that didn't take nearly as long. Now you can, if you want, go get Ace 12 right after this, and I'll show you how to do that since you're kind of in the same area. But I'm going to show you from the start of the mission and like everything else as always. So same thing, mission 11, fleet destruction, Operation Siren Songs. And what you have to do to get this one is you have to destroy all aircraft on that northern platform before they take off. Now this one can be a bit of a tricky fuck. It took me several tries to get it, and it doesn't seem to be consistent. You see, he's supposed to end up flying from the west. I mean, it happened to me once when you actually spawned from the west above the mountains. After that, it just seemed to be inconsistent. So you need to let me know if which way he came in for you, because it's supposed to come in from the west over the mountains. Which by the time you do a certain pass, in a second pass, you should almost see him flying directly in front of you because you'll be facing west with the way I do it. And that's how I ended up seeing him the one time. And then when I went to redo it again to record it, I couldn't get him to come out for several attempts, and I ended up getting him to come out in a very odd fashion. So I'm not sure exactly how this played out, and considering that there's also jets in the air, I don't think they came from the landing platform because they seem to be coming out from around the map towards me. So I don't think they counted towards me failing the little parameters to get them to come out. So I'm just going to fly straight north all the way to the top of the map where these last little group of targets are. And I'm going to come in from the west at a good angle because I'm just going to take the lasers and I'm just going to do a nice straight run across the entire middle of that landing platform. And you should hit most of the planes by doing so. All the other targets along the edges are just like SAMs and AA guns. So as long as you start lasering them from a good distance, just kind of go up and down, left or right a little bit, try to make sure you hit most of the targets in the middle as much as you can. So those are going to be all your planes. And hopefully you'll be able to get the ones in the very, very front. You even could do it from the other way and come from the right side and take them out. I figured out this way is better. You also can have a little leeway with this one as well. So you see those two taking off, and they're in the air at good distance. I'm trying to get this last plane. There's one more in the air, and you see him going out there a good distance, and I still get him, and it still ends up counting. So like I said, you have a decent leeway with this one. It seems like. Now the first time I did this, it got to work, and I came back around like this and kind of took out the remaining targets that were on there. You would be flying at me from where I'm facing now, above those clouds, and you can see him clear as day. So that's one way he comes, and there is a planet there that just started to take off, so I must have missed one in the back. Everything else around that's flying around is helicopter based, so you ain't gonna worry about anything like that. So you see that jet right there that's coming at me, which is very, very odd. Like I said, it seems like it just came from the edge of the map for some reason. I don't know where or why, but I did take him out, and it seemed to spawn him. So I took him out, and ended up spawning over here to the north of the map for some odd reason. Like I said, it was very peculiar. I got that one enemy airplane that came out from nowhere, and as soon as I took him out, I just saw something appear in the map and checked it out, and it is him. So, like I said, very, very odd. He doesn't spawn anywhere it was supposed to be, but it ended up working. So hopefully you get one of these two ways to get him to come out for you. Alright, after this kill, this is halfway done, and I'll have a part 2 up for you guys soon. So stay tuned for that. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe to my channel, help me out, and I'll be getting to you more guides as soon as I get the time for it. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll catch you later.